If you have a large number of products you need to enter into your store, it might be easier for you to enter those using a CSV or a comma separated value file. Let's show you how to do this with 3dcart. First, we want to go to Products, Product List, and at the upper right, you'll see a button that says Export, Import. And on the right side, if we open up Products, this is where we can import our CSV file. Now, one of the easiest ways is to actually download a sample file. Here we have what the sample file outputs to you, and it will allow you to actually add your products to be imported into your store. It's important that you do not delete or add any new columns when entering new products into your store. This is the exact format the file needs to be to import your product information properly. Let's take a look here at what are actual required fields. Not everything is required, and if you don't need a field, just leave it blank and it will be blank when it gets imported. The first field you need to enter is the ID. This would be a unique product ID, a SKU, or part number of the product you want to import. And this can be a combination of letters and numbers you choose. The system will assign a separate database ID that will use to keep track of each product in the back end of the system, and that is called the catalog ID, and it will only show in a product export. The catalog ID is not included at this time since it's not needed for importing new products. The second required field is the name, and this is just the name of the product. And the third required field is the price, and this is the price you want to charge your customers. Now, there are two other fields that are both optional and required. If you're using 3dcart to track your inventory, then putting in the amount of stock you have, the amount of inventory, will be required. And if you're using real-time shipping, then you'll need to enter in the weight as well. All the rest of the fields are optional and can be filled in or cannot be. It's important to be careful and cautious with your spelling and formatting of the fields that you place in here. For example, if you have a manufacturer, which is manufacturer space A, and you put in manufacturer space A and another space, it's possible the system will create an additional manufacturer that you didn't have. When putting in numerical values, don't put any commas in, or don't put anything like numbers or pounds. The system will just use the defaults that you have set up within your store. So if you're using dollars, it will default to dollars. If you're using imperial or metric, it will default to imperial or metric. It's also possible for you to export your existing files just to understand what it might look like. So if we export the data and download, we can see what our already existing products look like in the system. We can then copy and paste into our sample file and use the same format as our existing products. So if you're not sure how to do this, set up one product in each category, download the file, and then it'll be easier for you to copy things such as your categories, your descriptions, and even image locations. Here's an example of what your CSV might look like when you're ready to upload. We have an ID in, a name, what categories it goes to, price, stock, a description, the thumbnail location, and the image location. If you notice in all the URL locations, we do not have the front slash in front. And that includes in your thumbnails, your images, and your categories. Once you're finished filling out your CSV, we can go into the system and import it. Again, back in our dashboard, go to Product, Product Lists, Export and Import. And again, we want to actually browse and include our file. Then go ahead and import our data. After you've clicked Import your data, you're given a variety of options, which are pretty self-explanatory. You can insert only, which means it will insert any records that are not currently showing in your database. It will update only. It will only update records that are currently found in your database. Or you can do both. You can insert and update. You can also erase all of your products, then insert, like you're starting from new, as well as erase all your products and categories and then insert. Be cautious with these last two. Once you're finished, you can view the status to see how long it takes. The more items you have, the longer it takes. You can also have options such as notifying, viewing your logs, canceling, and retrying. The last thing to mention is that importing the products will not import things such as your product options, like size and color. The options import is a completely separate import. All products must be imported prior to importing any options. The great thing about this function is it allows you to quickly add products in without having to go in and do the entire thing manually. And that's how easy it is to add products via CSV.